Ivy Valentine subscribes to Mark Yoon, so should you. Enjoy your treat!
What's up guys, Mark Yoon here, and today we got a video about Mercenaries finally coming out. So I live on the East Coast of the United States, and Mercenaries dropped here around midnight, so I'm assuming it was about 3 hours earlier for the California side and the rest of the world. But there was a lot of stuff that came out yesterday based on time zones like South Korea, Japan, anything in like the Eastern time zone, which would be tomorrow, today. They were dropping Resident Evil Mercenaries stuff all day. It was a little unfortunate because some of the things that were in the leaks haven't come to pass yet, or haven't, but we're going to cover all that stuff here. This is your one-stop shop video for Mercenaries mode. We got everything here from unlockables, stages, everything that's like legitimate in the game, with gameplay by me in the background, so you can see some of the actual like mission layouts in case you don't have Resident Evil 4 yet, or haven't had a chance to pick it up, or are still thinking about it. Now is your time, because Mercenaries is awesome. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about all the things that are in Mercenaries and how you can unlock everything. It's not too much, but we're going to get into it little bit by little bit. So what I want to talk about first, before we get into the stages and everything like that, is the unlockables, the main unlockables. So the main unlockable that you have is the hand cannon. So I'm going to show that on the screen now. The hand cannon is usually what you unlock in professional mode without using any of the bonus weapons from clearing it. And a lot of people are a little upset because you get the hand cannon like this. I actually was hoping that we'd get something more like the cat ears, or another type of accessory that unlocked infinite weapon ammo for like other weapons besides the 3 ones in the game that we can actually get unlimited for, like the typewriter, rocket launcher, and the hand cannon. But this will save people time if they just want to S-rank Mercenaries. The way you do this is you literally just S-rank like the stage, I think, once with any character. I know some sources are saying with all the characters that's actually not true. You just have to get an S rank on all the stages with somebody, and you unlock that. We'll get into how the scores go and everything right now. So the first thing that I want to talk about and cover are the stage selections. So we saw 4 in the original Resident Evil, and this, I'm assuming we're going to get DLC for Mercenaries mode, because like there is far too little here to actually like be a full mode, if that makes any sense. Like it is pretty robust from launch, but we're definitely getting DLC because there's characters that are missing from the character select screen, such as like Ada, and costumes like the gangster Leon costume and stuff like that, which were in the data that were leaked. So I'm assuming that stuff is going to come as DLC at some point soon. So let's just see where that goes from here. But anyway, the stages that we're going to see right now is we have the village, which is unlocked immediately. We have the castle, which is unlocked after beating the village once, and then we have the island, which is unlocked after beating the castle once. So players can basically choose from 3 different maps containing elite and strong bosses to fight, like the Giant Chainsaw Man and Double Chainsaw, which can be daunting if you're running around this mode, but I think this mode's like super fun, so hopefully you will too. So the characters that we have here are Leon, which is a default character. We have Luis, which you have to get an A rank or higher on any stage as Leon. Krauser, which you have to get an A rank or higher on any stage as Luis. Hunk, which you have to get an A rank or higher on any stage as Krauser, which is not hard to do. Alright, so now we're going to get into the character rankings. We have Luis right here, and character ranking for him says Luis has good firepower but weak close quarter abilities. During mayhem mode, he can set dynamite with R3 RS, which explodes for a certain amount of time when shot. So for those of you who don't know what mayhem mode is, after getting a certain amount of bonus points or just building it up over time with kills, you actually hit the analog sticks for a mayhem mode, which has a whole bunch of really cool stuff, like Krauser like transforms, and like he's a monster in that mode. I wasn't even trying with Krauser, and I S-ranked like the village, just like my first playthrough with him, and I haven't even beaten the story yet, so I'm on chapter like 11. So this is like if you want a hand cannon early, go with Krauser. I'm sure you're gonna get an S rank. There's other stuff to do to get easy points, like getting all the time cards, which we're going to go to, and like the golden eggs, stuff like that. But anyway, here we go. So they gave Mercenaries tier rating for Luis a C ranking. These are not mine, by the way. This is what I found from the Resident Evil website. I have played it, but these are not my rankings so far. If you want to know my rankings, let me know and I'll make a video on that. Now we have Krauser's mercenary profile. Krauser has strong melee attacks and explosive arrows at his disposal. During mayhem mode, he mutates and can deal close quarter damage attacks with R2 and thrust attacks with L2 plus R2, or LT plus RT if you're on Xbox. His Mercenaries tier rating is S, which I highly agree with. He is a monster. It may seem daunting at first to use him because he only has he starts with like 2 explosive arrows, and then he's got like his TMP. But the TMP does work well because there are a lot of like whip heads in that area, and of course like flash grenades are always like top tier when it comes to that. So Krauser is a really good person to use. Then we have Hunk as Mercenaries loadout. Hunk is only high performance submachine gun, but also a unique melee attack which can kill instantly. During mayhem mode, he gains unlimited ammo, which is true and awesome. So I was playing as Hunk just for a little bit. He was the last character I tried out just to record some gameplay for this video. But man, that was really surprising to me. I was like getting low on ammo with his machine gun, and then like I entered mayhem mode and you just start mowing people down. Now also on those stages, what they don't tell you is all the things that are like eclectic for the regular story mode you do have here. So in the castle, for example, or in the castle, you can actually raise the hand cannon, and you can use the cannon like 3 times. In the island, you have the machine gun that's at your disposal, and I think you can use that for a certain amount of time. And then it has an X through it, which either means it needs a recoil or you can't use that one anymore. I'm not 100% sure. On every stage, there's 150 enemies, so you're going to need stuff like that, in my opinion. But of course, there's monster speedrunners out there who are way better at this game than I am, and like they're going to probably like give you some better tips and tricks when it comes to S+ ranking. But his tier rating was an A. And then we have Leon, which is our default character. Leon is an all-around balanced fighter during mayhem mode. His abilities include attack power and speed are greatly increased. His tier rating is a B. I don't really like his ultimate that much. You don't really notice it too much because you're pretty much one-shotting enemies with the melee. If you headshot them and melee them, you're getting them down to 1 shot anyway. So the fact that all his stuff is increased, like his speed and stuff. Speed is great because you can get away from enemies and like climb up on the rooftop fast enough, but that's not really going to matter if you're wounded or hurt anyway. And healing items are few and far between in these stages that I've noticed so far, and you don't really have breaths of air to attack barrels and stuff like that anyway. But that's what that is. So here is the scores and everything that you need to actually get these S ranks, and I'm going to go into that right now on the screen. So score high to get S++ rank, and here are the stage requirements. So on Village, S++ is 1,000,000 points, 500,000 is S+, 200,000 is S, 100,000 is A, and this is actually the same for the castle and the island. Now the goals to get this is you want to kill all enemies within the time limit to achieve the highest possible score on each stage. Defeating enemies consecutively in a short time will allow for you to build up a long combo and rack up tremendous points, like bonus points and stuff like that. So as I said earlier, like the hand cannon for getting S rank on all stages or all characters, I think it's just all stages. I don't think it's all characters. That might have been a typo on the website. But you can unlock the hand cannon magnum by getting an S rank or higher on either all 3 stages or with all 4 playable characters. This hand cannon is a bonus weapon that can be used in main story playthroughs, which is awesome. This is actually a faster way of unlocking the hand cannon, considering that the other method, like I mentioned before, is by completing a full run on professional mode without using any bonus weapons. For speedrunners and people that really want to play the game, I can see how this is upsetting, but for people like me who are not as good as you guys, it's like this is an alternate way for me to get that weapon, so I'm happy about that. I'm not sure if it's unlimited ammo in the main story, or if you still have to beat professional with that and then unlock it with 1,000 CP, but I'm sure somebody in the comment section is going to let me know about that. Now the regular score to do this is get all the time bonuses first. So those are those glowing things that you'll see. You do have to hit them with X. You can't just run through them. So it is similar to like Mercenaries in 5 and 6, where they had the giant time things and you have to like kick them or whatever, break them in some way. That will get you your bonuses. So you make sure you get all the time bonuses, orbs on the map first before killing any enemies. This will allow you to extend the time of that's run at max right away, and while also rounding up enemies in every area for you to farm for combo points, which is like what I tended to start doing towards the end. I would run past a bunch and let them group up and kind of sheep herd them together and then just throw grenades. That was a great way of taking them all out. So I don't know, I know that's like probably like a noob thing, but hey, when it comes to Mercenaries, I haven't played since like 6 really, so it's been a while and I am hella rusty, so if the gameplay is bad, my bad. I'm just doing my best to make this video as fast as possible for you guys. Kill chickens to get the golden eggs. If you spot a chicken, make sure to kill it, because sometimes they drop gold chicken eggs that give you 50,000 point egg bonus. Chickens can be found in the village, castle, and the island. And that is true. It happened to me, I think, on my first playthrough in the village, or maybe it was my second with Luis, and that's the only way I A-ranked that to unlock Krauser. I picked up the golden egg, gave me 50,000, and you get like 100,000, which is just like double that, and you automatically have an A rank. So that really came in clutch, and I don't know how I would have did without him, because like Luis is not that good in my opinion when it comes to mercenaries. He's kind of slow and lanky, and his melee is really slow for build up, so he can get put in tight quarters really fast. You may be way better again, like I said, than I am with him, but like I was having trouble using him, so I'm glad I found that golden egg, 'cause that's how I got Krauser, and Krauser is a monster. The best ways to increase the time limit. If you get green time orbs, that gives you plus 30 to 90 seconds. Defeating elite enemies gives you plus 20 to 30 seconds. Now those would be like your chainsaws and your animal heads and people like that. Defeating enemies with knives gives you 4 seconds, which is super easy with Krauser. Defeating enemies with headshot is 2 seconds. Defeating enemies with melee is 2 seconds. Defeating enemies with explosives is 1 second. Performing the above actions will increase your time limit by the time listed above. That's like without just getting the time orb, so you can actually do this in other ways, which is fun just from gameplay. Now, as I said, there is a 150 enemies limit. Only a maximum of 150 enemies spawn in each area stage per run. After defeating 100 enemies, the round will end regardless if you still have time left, so make sure you rack up those combos efficiently. You also get a time bonus for defeating all enemies that multiplies by reaching seconds by a 1,000. So this actually does come in handy. I was using Krauser when he was in his transform state, which I got like 4 times throughout the match, I think maybe 5. He mows down people. And that, I think on my first try with him, I killed like 134 enemies, which like was insane. Like towards the end, I probably could have did better if I like jumped down when I was transformed, but I was just trying to wait for people to come out the window because I had like 1 hit left on my health. And there's not a lot of time to go inside your case because it doesn't pause like it does in the main story. So, yeah, it was a little heart-racing for me, but I'm getting better and it's really fun. Now, the Mercenaries mode enemies that show up. Here's the enemies that show up in every single area, and this is what they are. So, screenshot this if you need to. Village enemies, we have the Brute Hammer. These are the elites. When you kill 25 enemies, you get the Brute Hammer. When you kill 50 enemies, you get the Chainsaw Man. When you kill 90 enemies, you get Chainsaw Sisters. When you kill 130 enemies, you get Chainsaw Man plus Chainsaw Sisters. So that's pretty crazy. Like 3 chainsaws, maybe 2. It wasn't pluralized there, but I'm pretty sure the sisters show up together. So I don't know what that was. Anyway, the Castle Elite enemies are 20 enemies. You get the Cultist with the staff. 50 enemies, you get the Garador, which is I guess the Wolverine guy. 70 enemies, you get the Cultist staff times 2. 100 enemies, you get an Armored Garador. And when you kill 130 enemies, you get 2 Garadors, which I think are similar to like that level 10 mission, I guess, or level 11 mission where you have to get the unicorn things for open the door. Don't screenshot that, please. That's going to be a GIF real fast. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. When you put like the unicorn horns on the unicorn to open that door, you had those 2 Garadors there, so I'm assuming it's going to be similar to that. The Island Elite enemies, when you kill 20, you get a Brute with a crossbow. When you kill 70, a Soldier with a stun rod. And when you kill 100, you get a Brute with a hammer. So there's a lot to take in there, and I hope you guys are having fun with the mode. It is day 1. After I'm done uploading this video, I will be answering your comments, but I'm going to be jumping right back into it. When I record gameplay to hook up to my Elgato capture card and stuff, I have to like move my whole PS5 over to my desk here. So I did move it back to my gaming area, and I'm going to be having loads of fun. So I wish it was co-op though. That's like the one thing that is getting me is like there's the 2 things. There's not a lot of content day 1, even though it sounded like a lot. Just having those characters, I was like, where the hell's Ada? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's in the lakes. Like, where's like Leon, whatever? Like, that's why I assume we're definitely going to be getting DLC for this, because Ada's in the game code for Mercenaries. So I'm at least getting her or somebody else. Maybe they're just like working on like their sets, or maybe they want to charge us money. I hope they don't charge us for extra characters in Mercenaries. That would kind of suck, because this was like a free DLC mode, so hopefully they stick with that and give us these characters that are coming out for free. And of course, we're probably going to have to unlock them in-game by doing something, unless we're paying for them, and then I assume we're going to be unlocked off the jump. But I don't know. I wish Mercenaries was in here. I guess maybe we have a possible Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries mode we can look forward to be co-op, because it's built on co-op. But I'm still having fun with this mode. It just kind of sucks because like once you do everything, once you S-rank everything, there's not really a reason to go back. And I really feel like that if they had co-op in this mode, then like just playing with your friends and randos online, doing this together literally would like drive you back because it would become a co-op game at that point. So like people would be playing this for like years, as opposed to now where like I've seen people already 100% the game in like 2 days. And on top of that, you can probably beat Mercenaries mode in like a day. So I think it would have really helped. Maybe it'll come in the future. I doubt it though, but it'll be really cool. Comment in this video down if you miss co-op or if you want co-op to appear, or if you're fine without it. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is just like this game mode. If you're a noob at Resident Evil, if Resident Evil 4 Remake is your first Resident Evil, play Mercenaries mode. You can actually, in the old games, you had to beat story mode in order to play this, but here it doesn't matter. It warns you and says you should play story mode, just probably because you won't know how the enemies move and stuff like that. But if you're just jumping into this game, I recommend at least going to the village and playing around, because getting overwhelmed like that and learning how to like run around and dodge and using your parry with your knife and all that stuff is really going to come in handy when you're playing the story mode, especially if you're planning on speedrunning and going through like hardcore professional. It's really going to give you the tools and the skills to get good at this game and get over like the fear of like being overwhelmed like right away. So I highly recommend it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did. Any and all thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below, like any. And you could bring the conversation over to my Discord also. We have a Resident Evil tab over there, so jump in there and like let's just share some love for this game if you love it. And like I always say, guys, I love it. Thank you.
And thank you.